So, as promised, here we are doing our first step for salmon. So, to start off with, it's actually a little bit of seasoning going to go on the salmon. And I got all the ingredients right here. Got some onion powder, some paprika, some garlic powder, salt, and olive oil. Very, very basic. Extra virgin, it's actually kind of preferred, but it's not required. And since I'm dealing with raw meat, gloves. Okay, so I picked up the salmon at Walmart. This stuff you can find in the freezer area. I usually prefer the skinless type just so I don't have to deal with the skin after. And it comes in nice little zip sealed bags like this. They are frozen when you get them, but you don't have to worry about that later on. They'll thaw out in your cooler over the course of a week, and they're still good for at least a week. So, now that we got our salmon, we're gonna have to cut this baby open. I'm just using a basic butter knife so I can just toss it out after, because once again, raw meat. And plop that right down in there. Now it's time to go ahead and mix together our seasoning. So, it's supposed to be about equal parts, and it calls for 1 teaspoon of each. You really don't need to do 1 teaspoon, just as long as it's equal parts. That's the key. And I spilled some of the salmon juice into my bowl. Let me get some of that out. So I'm just using this bowl to mix together the seasoning. I know I'm using a paper bowl, shame on me, but hey, we're in trucks. We gotta make it easy. So about equal parts. That looks about good. That's about a teaspoon, right? I am making a mess today. Paprika. That looks about good. And garlic powder. So onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. Around equal parts, should be around a teaspoon each. You don't need to have a lot of each, and then just mix that together. And salt. I almost forgot about the salt. Shame on me. The salt is kind of to taste. It will draw out some of the flavor of the salmon though, so that's kind of nice. And you don't actually have to mix it in with here. You can always add it directly to the salmon before or after. Now what we're going to do with the olive oil is we're going to basically put a nice light little coating of olive oil on the whole piece of salmon on both sides. So there's one side. Flip it over. And on the other side. Pretty straightforward. Now that we've got that done, I'm not going to be handling well, I still have to handle the fish a little bit more. So all I do is just sprinkle it on there. Now, if you have some seasoning containers that are empty or almost empty, keep a hold of them, because you can mix up a large amount of this and then turn around and just keep it in a seasoning container. I don't have one yet, but let's say once my onion powder runs out, I'll keep a hold of the container and just use it as a shaker for this type of thing. It'll be my salmon seasoning. And I have a little bit of leftover. That's fine. I used a little bit too much. You just want a light coating on the whole thing, and then you're going to let it sit. Now you want it to sit in your cooler for at least 30 minutes. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm actually about to start my day, and this is for tonight. So I'm going to be letting it sit all day. Don't need to, but you want to let it sit at least that long, and try to keep it level like this, otherwise it's going to slide to the side. That is about it for the prep. I'll see you in a little bit when I get everything started up. Hello again. So here we are again. We're doing the step 2 of cooking our salmon. Now right now I actually have 2 things going. I got on my left hand side, I've got my sweet potato going. This is going to be my side item. I've already started it up. So all I did is took a sweet potato, or wrapped it in aluminum foil, and threw it in the lunchbox stove. Takes about 2 hours to cook. So I threw that in about an hour ago. Did it before I stopped. Didn't have much time to record a video about it. All that black stuff is from other sweet potatoes. That's why you want to use the loaf pans. I've just figured I'll clean it up later. And on this side, we are going to be doing our salmon. So first and foremost, you can reuse the loaf pans. So I've actually been using this one yesterday. I'm going to use it again today and then toss it out. You can reuse another loaf pan as well. So this is how I bake in the lunchbox stove. I merely crimp up the sides of an old loaf pan, and that will hold the other loaf pan off of the bottom. Holds it up, kind of creates almost like a baking atmosphere, like as if you have it in an oven itself. So all I do is pop it in there. I got it plugged in, which you can tell by the little red light on both of them. And then we grab our salmon. So, grab the salmon. Gonna try to pop this baby open one-handed. Sorry about the low light, it's pretty dark right now. Let me pause this for a second. Okay, right back. So here's our salmon. Once again, I'm wearing gloves, so I don't have to worry about any contamination. Pop it right in there. Now, as always, I do recommend towards the use of a thermometer. So you don't have to use it, but it does come in handy. So I got my thermometer over here. My little probe, which I'm going to shove right into the thickest part of the salmon, which is probably right about here. Take my little thermometer thingy, which I do not need my gloves anymore. Take my little thermometer thingy, turn it on the back, and set my temperature. So I'm going to set it down to 145. Now with fish, it's recommended that you cook it to 140 degrees. I set it to 145 just in case if I don't have it in a very good spot. So there we go, we're at 145. And close this baby up. And I'll see you for part 3 when we finish it up. So here's our final result. Got our salmon right there along with our sweet potato. I was going to do some rice with this dinner as well, but I had last minute change of plans. Basically my trailer wasn't ready, so I wasn't able to get the rice started. Nice simple dinner. There is one additional thing that you can add to this dinner, and that is you can also do, there is an avocado salsa. Now it's pretty simple. You just need 4 ingredients. It's avocado. Just take a whole avocado, dice it up. It doesn't need to be very small. It's up to your choice. Then you also have to take half of a red onion. Dice that up, add it in. Half of a lime, you want the juice from it. And then cilantro, you want about a teaspoon of cilantro in there. Mix it all together and let it sit in your cooler until you're ready to eat it. Main reason why I didn't do it, I don't care for avocados, I don't care for onions. But it would be a nice additional salsa for people who do like those things. So that's about it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's any foods you want me to touch base on, or if you have any recipes that you would like for me to try. Send me the recipes, send me the foods, and I will definitely get to that. And once again, I'm going to link down in the description some food, a recipe building website where you can turn around and put the ingredients for your food into the website. It'll let you know what the nutritional information is for it, calories per serving, etc. So let me know, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.